Hi, I'm Elizabeth at the Radford Public Library with What's New in Books. And What's New in Books is this new adult nonfiction. It's titled What Happened to You? Conversations on Trauma, Resilience, and Healing. It's written by Dr. Bruce Perry along with Oprah Winfrey, and it came out in 2021. A little bit about the author, Dr. Perry. He is a child psychiatrist and neuroscientist. He's considered a trauma expert. He's a senior fellow of Child Trauma Academy in Houston, so he's got lots of experience. And this book is formatted as a bit of a conversation back and forth between Oprah Winfrey and Dr. Perry. And just flipping the book open, maybe you can see there's some wording that is in blue font and some that's in black. So Oprah often asks questions and Dr. Perry often answers those questions, and then she kind of summarizes or gives other examples. So it's told in more of a conversational format. It's pretty easy to read, and it's clear that they wanted to write this in a language that would be easy for your general reader to understand. So not an academic book, but more of a book with layman's terms. It's pretty friendly reading. There are some difficult concepts, of course, because this is a book about trauma and how the brain responds to trauma, and also how to retrain your brain. So Kirkus calls this a candid guidebook to exercising mental trauma, and exercising with an O as in getting rid of mental trauma. This is also about talks of trauma and grief through both a scientific and an emotional lens. So it's not overly scientific. I thought it was fairly easy to process, but it wasn't something that I wanted to read quickly. I took my time reading through this one. A little bit about Oprah's comments about this book. She calls it a way to recalibrate our responses to circumstances, situations, and relationships. And the idea with this title is, instead of thinking, what is wrong with him, it's more of a question of, what happened to you? So not what's wrong with you, but what happened to you. One that can elicit more emotional insight in responding to what happened to you. Also maybe more of an empathetic question to get a conversation going. So this has really good reviews. People seem to find it quite readable on Goodreads when I looked at the comments. And I also looked up in Novelist, which is on the Radford Public Library's website. It's a database that helps you find similar read-alikes. That's kind of redundant. Similar books or read-alikes, either by author or by title. So I typed this title in, What Happened to You, and some of the suggestions that Novelist offered were the following: Almost Everything, Notes on Hope by Anne Lamott, The Empathy Exams, which is a book of essays written by Leslie Jamison, and the other one was called Option B, Facing Adversity, Building Resilience, and Finding Joy by Sheryl Sandberg. Those are three other titles that we have here. So these are all kind of in the self-help vein. If you like self-help books, or you're interested in trying one of these out, something that might be worth trying during the holidays, which is a tough time for some folks. Anyway, the title again is What Happened to You? Conversations on Trauma, Resilience, and Healing. And it's written by Dr. Bruce Perry and Oprah Winfrey. And we have it here at the Radford Public Library. Thanks for listening, and have a great holiday, and we look forward to telling you what's new soon at the Radford Public Library.